speak to you all real quick on my YouTube channel video real quick. Um, far as my journey of being displaced, I've been displaced just, let me give y'all the date. I've been displaced since January the 15th of 2024. Um, and so I've been displaced since January 2024, excuse me, 2025, y'all. I'm so sorry for the last, 3 months now. And it's been an experience here in Shreveport, Louisiana. The people, I'm always talking about the homeless and those that are unhoused, how they need more resources and things of that nature. But my particular situation, and I said I was going to do a YouTube video on this, is started back on January the 15th of 2024, January of this year. Um, and Forced out of my apartment unit, forced out of my rental unit. We blew the whistle. Basically, I was the one who originated it, but we in turn, right? We in turn, um, as renters, we were under the wrong ownership. We was under false, fraudulent apartment ownership. At that particular given moment, as I continue to study the laws here in Louisiana, continue to research the laws here in this state, though we do have protections, but it could be stronger. I blew the whistle, and other of us who discovered the actual ownership information, we were later forced out. The retaliation laws here are just unbelievable. There is the tenants the tenants have no the tenants have far as in that part. Now that particular part, we need stronger protections. They've been saying this for the last 3 years. We've been fighting this for the last 3 years. Why in the world did this continue to happen here in Shreveport? So the tenants are scared. I'm got to the point where I don't even speak out no more. It is what it is. So yeah, we can have a voice, but yeah, in turn, what protections do we have? That's the like. But if I was to go to California, if I was to go to New York, all these other states where they have stronger tenant protections, you could speak out all day and still live in your and still without the fears of being evicted are being thrown out. They have yet to pass a bill, and I'm like, but yet they passed a squatters ordinance, but you couldn't pass nothing for the tenants. Oh man, so that's my biggest uproar, y'all. So again, I my journey of being displaced have been it's been experience, y'all, here in Shreveport. I've been unhoused. I'm waiting to get into my new apartment. It's been a struggle, y'all. Been living there. I've been living in multiple places since I've been unhoused. Again, we were under a rental scam. I was a victim. Um, of a rental scam. I was a victim of a rental scam back in January 14th of 2025. We were under a fraudulent apartment owner, which in fact, once we started blowing the whistle that we weren't under the right ownership for the apartment complex, um, they later retaliated and forced us out. We were illegally evicted, or illegally forced out. Thankfully, I was able to get to the courthouse and fight my case, which of course, and it was taken out the system. We have to fight, y'all. You just don't accept what you can. You don't accept anything. I don't accept nothing, and especially if I know it's wrong. So so guys, we need to be mindful of that. In fact, in all actuality, you really know, are these rental property scams, y'all, are happening across the nation. So y'all need to be aware. We need to be aware as renters that this continues to happen. So that's the main reason why I've been displaced. I've been living here, been living there, bouncing all over the place. So this has been a struggle. This it's been stressful. I'm trying to keep my cool. Everybody wants their own place. People want their own. It's hard living with people. Yeah, you're grateful, you're thankful for them opening up your doors, but in the end, you want to live in your own place. So people want their own, y'all. And I mean, and you're grateful for their assistance for that time being, but the process to get into your own place takes so long sometimes, and the process is difficult. It's difficult. You get tired of living with people. You get tired of living with folks. And that should make a person that much stronger. That should make a person that much stronger to want to have their own, or if you're living in shelters, if you're living in temporary housing, or whatever the case that may be, that should make that person that much more determined to get their own place and things of that nature. But you're grateful for them opening up your doors. Don't get me wrong, but eventually you would want your own place, and because after a while it'd be like, it's like, wait a minute. So yeah, y'all, rental property scams are on the rise. Please be mindful. Please be aware that sometimes you actually have to go back and check your rental property records to make sure you're under the right apartment management or under the right owner. But again, y'all, I've been displaced for the last 3 months. I've been displaced. I'm asking y'all, please keep me y'all's prayers. Keep me y'all's prayers on a daily basis. I'm praying that this process moves a lot quicker, which is starting to, and praying it moves even quicker, even faster. So yeah, y'all, this is something. This is something that's really, really something. And unfortunately, it's a waiting period, and this is the worstest time, the hardest time for most people, including myself. It's the waiting period, and so yeah, y'all, it's the waiting period sometimes, and it's this to be this again. It's the most difficult um thing to do, y'all. So yeah, y'all. So this is the most difficult thing to do, y'all. The most difficult things to do. So yeah, we have to make sure that we on our business. We taking care of the stuff we need to take care of, as far as paperwork, as far as documentation, things of that nature. I'm trying to get it to where my videos will be more, well, the viewers will stay on. And again, my journey is called My Journey of Being Displaced in Shreveport, Louisiana. Again, for the last 3 months, I've been displaced. I've been from here to there. I've been living here, I've been living there, I've been living all over the place. Thankfully, I had communication with a phone. Thankfully, I had a phone. Most homeless people don't even have a phone. They don't have. Basically, they're all who they got. They don't have phone communication. They don't have cell phones. A majority of them don't even have cell phones. So, and then some of them probably wouldn't even know what to do with it, y'all. So this is pretty much how fortunate. Yes, I've been unhoused, but also at the same time fortunate to a certain degree, because I couldn't have not had a phone. I could have been just walking the streets aimlessly, and no one would have known. I would have to. I would have to have used somebody's phone. I would have to walk to a place. I don't know how that would have happened. How that would have worked out, but it wouldn't have worked out great. Nowhere to bathe. Nowhere to wash myself. Nowhere to take showers, and things of that nature. So this is just this is the magnitude of what's going on, y'all. So um, you know. So yeah, y'all. So that's all I have for now. But like I said, I've been on house for the last 3 months. My journey is called My Journey of Being Displaced, being unhoused without a stable roof over my head, y'all. This is a growing problem across the nation. The homeless rate across America has skyrocketed due to inflation, due to the rising cost of rent and things of that nature. So we've been saying the same thing for years. For us, rent caps, we don't have, unfortunately, here in the state of Louisiana, we don't have a rent cap. We don't have rent control. That would be amazing once they pass the legislation, once they pass that bill, which that has been an absolute fight for them to pass that bill. It's easy with the signature of a pen. And also the landlord retaliation ordinance, which should have been in effect, which I know it should have been in effect years ago. So I have so many great ideas, and again, um, you know, so yeah, so yeah, so this is my experience. This is my experience before as this being displaced. So I'm gonna end this video. For now, but I want y'all to be aware of y'all's and the people around you, situation and things of that nature, y'all. So yeah, love you guys. Have a great day.